Hello YouTube, Mountainous here, and I have a special book review video for you today. Now today's book I'm going to be reviewing is called Shinobi no Michi, Way of the Ninja, Volume 1, Mind. Now this book was written by ANSHU CHRISTA JACOBSON, the head mistress of the BUDO Ninjutsu Dojo. Now she sent me this book to do a review on, but in the beginning of it, she wrote a little personal message to me and signed it. Now let's get on with this book review. Now before I get into this book review, let me remind you that this book is over 500 plus pages. It's the largest ninja and samurai book I've ever seen. Now, if you want to know what's all in the book, you need to go out and buy your own copy. But I will tell you a few things about this book that I think sets it apart from other books that were written on ninja and samurai and what makes this book special. Now in the beginning of this book, you got a picture of ANSHU CHRISTA JACOBSON and the table of contents that breaks this book down into 17 chapters. And then there's a foreword written by Shidoshi, Henry, and Fante. And it says, "Budo is much larger than any one person on earth. It is a never-ending journey that should be explored constantly." Now I'm about to start the book review, but in the very beginning, there's an amazing illustration. And throughout this book review, I'm going to be showing some of the amazing illustrations that are in this book. So let's get into the book review. Now in the beginning of the book, she talks about how she came up with the name BUDO, and it shows the kanji for that, but she also then lists the 7 traditions that make up the BUDO, which are Tomoru Shinobi Jitsu, Kokaru Kempo, Tenjinru Jujitsu, Ishinru Iai Jitsu, Gyokoru Koshi Jitsu, Kotoru Kopo Jitsu, and Tagakareru Nimpo Tai Jitsu. Now those schools make up the BUDO. She also talks about the 36 traditions of the ninja and samurai. Now 18 skill sets are ninja and 18 are samurai. She talks about both of those, and then she also gets into the different periods in Japan and the ninja and samurai's role in those periods. She also talks about the kunoichi and its role in Japanese history. She also gets into the Iga and Koka ninja, and she even gives a list of the 53 families that make up the Koka tradition. She also shows many pictures throughout the book of scrolls that are from her personal collection and also scrolls from museums and stuff. But throughout the book, there's very many pictures of scrolls and kanji and information on the ninja and samurai. She also goes on to talk about the Godai, which are the 5 elements of man: Chi, Sui, Ka, Fu, and Ku. She also talks about the Gokyo, which is the 5 elements of war. She talks about the progression of training, the different Dan ranks, and she goes into the school guidelines of the BUDO. She talks about Gotan no Jitsu, Shinobi Iri, and even the Kujikiri, giving pictures and examples. Now here's an example of some of the cool illustrations in the book. For example, now you also see ANSHU CHRISTA JACOBSON with 2 of her students that just passed the Nidan exam. But the book is full of amazing illustrations also. Soke also talks about the physical exercise required of a ninja or a samurai, and she shows some different pictures on the conditioning and the physical training required of a ninja or a samurai. Another thing she goes to talk about is Kuden, which is the oral transmission of teachings, which is the verbal teachings, also the verbal teachings that come from scrolls. And here's a cool picture of the author sitting in her Hanbu dojo with a bunch of her own scrolls from her personal collection. She also talks about Taijutsu, Kiin Happo, and the Sanshin. So whether you're in the Genbukan, Geninkan, or the Bujinkan, or you just like ninja and samurai arts, this book is for you. Now the next 4 chapters talk about 4 of the schools that make up the BUDO. Tomoru Shinobi Jitsu, Ishinru Iai Jitsu, Kokoru Kempo, and Tenjinru Jujitsu. Now the next 4 chapters talks a little bit about each of these traditions, but it gives a list of the lineages And it shows where Soke ANSHU CHRISTA JACOBSON fits in with the list of lineages. I also want to show you a couple pictures real quick. Here's a picture of samurai armor, and it has a list of all the different pieces that make up the armor. And then the author has put 2 pictures of samurai armor in here. And you can see these pictures are really awesome. The next 3 chapters talk about Kotoru Koppojitsu, Gyokoru Koshijitsu, and Tagakureru Ninpo Taijitsu. Now those 3 schools make up part of the BUDO curriculum. They also make up part of the Bujinkan curriculum, which is headed by Soke Grandmaster Masahaki Hatsumi. Now these 3 chapters each talk about each of these Ruha. Now here are a few examples of some amazing illustrations that you'll find in the book Shinobi no Michi. Now some of these come from the author's personal collection, and some are from other scrolls and museums. If you're into the ninja and the samurai, then you need to purchase this book. Another thing that's really cool is on page 438, Shinobi Ruha. There's 7 pages worth of all the different historical ninja clans throughout history, and they're all alphabetical order, and it tells you a little bit about each clan. I found that very interesting. Now at the end of the book you'll find an interview with ANSHU CHRISTA JACOBSON, and there's a lot of cool pictures, and hopefully a lot of these questions will answer some of the questions that you have about ANSHU CHRISTA JACOBSON. Now let me get into the final part of this video. Now you don't have to be a historian or a ninja master to enjoy this book. If you enjoy learning about Japanese warriors, then you need to get you a copy of this book. Now very shortly I'll be putting below the video in a description box a link to where you can buy this book. ANSHU, thanks for sending me a copy of this book. This baby is for sure Mountainous approved.